Hey, it's Garrett, and that's Janet. And those are those guys, yeah. And we are getting off the ship today in Manzanillo, Mexico. And that ship, look, he loves Manzanillo.
Yay!
And there is a red line and then a yellow line. I think they should be reversed, right? Yellow is the warning that I'm getting near the red. But anyway, the ship is the beautiful Grand Princess, and they're touching it up. You missed a spot. Anyway, so, well, there's Manzanillo, and it's tropical, and there's the Coast Guard, and it is hot and humid and a little windy, which helps, although it maybe hurts the sound. But anyway, we're going to walk down this dock, and there's supposed to be a Malecón, a boardwalk along the ocean. So we're going to try to find it and walk along the ocean. Kristen.
Have a lovely day today.
Grand Princess. Hi. Hola. Oh, look, drug sniffing dog. Sniff that bag. Sniff that bag. I guess he's not interested in us. We're not carrying any bags. Or her. Don't bring food off the ship. Just go in the trash. I guess that's a food sniffing dog, maybe. Well, we've reached the end of the dock. And you know how some cities have giant letters? Well, these have not so giant letters. You see that? But they do have music. Let's go this way, since everyone else is. So you can book a tour right here, or there maybe, but we're down at the end of the dock, and there's a little flea market here. Let's stop in.
Cloud envy, actually. So, you want to look at this?
I got quite a few hats already. I don't want to call it the typical Mexican souvenirs, but you might see all this stuff in another port. It is sheltered, so it is shady. Jewelry.
Too much information.
Artwork. It's a big U shape. See, we came in right over there. So this is the port gates.
I'm gonna tell her there.
And once we get out, we're gonna go right over to there a little bit, and then we're gonna come back through it and go left. Hey, Miss Manzanillo. Hola.
Hola, bienvenidos.
Oh, let me get past her. So apparently there's a city tour. So these guys are selling tours and cabs and whatnot. More tour places. So there's an upper and a lower Malecón. And we're gonna take the lower. So there's artwork, and this is Paseo del Zodiaco. So I wonder if these are symbols of the Zodiac, right? And then there's a little amusement park up here, but it doesn't seem to be operating today. Oh, there's giant letters. Well, more giant. They're growing. They're growing. See, they go all the way down. Of course, there's the ship right there. Janet says, yes, they are signs of the Zodiac. That's a question.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that looks like Scorpio, right?
Sagittarius.
No, that. And that looks like a whale skeleton. Oh, look at that. Of course, that's not the correct time, if you can read that clock. And I don't know who he is. Look at that palm tree. So I'm assuming there are 12 of these? I think that's a real skeleton, other than the tail. And there's little bones laying on the tail. Come all the way down. There's the end. There's the last one. And look at this thing. I think that's a marlin or a sailfish. You can see those people are giving us some scale, perspective. To the other side of it now. There's the ship still. There's the signs of the Zodiac. So we're gonna head back that way. There's a building draped in the colors of Mexico. Red, white, and green. This is as close as I can get to the whale skeleton. They've got a little bench there. You can get up and maybe get your head in that hat. Sombrero. So if you want to know where Manzanillo is, it's right there. There's Acapulco, and there's Panama, which is where we're headed on this cruise. Earlier I said these places were selling tours, but it's massages. That's tours. So we're back at the piss, the dock we came down. This is the way you get back to the ship. And now we're going to go left. Left. El Estibador. Ah, recycle. So, Muelle is dock, or pier. And I guess this is the beginning of the Malecón. Well, we just, you know, left the dock area, and here's more shopping. And I don't know, but I would be willing to bet prices are lower here because they can't be out there. And they do have monkeys. They have monkeys with a banana. And cool shade. So we're just going to walk along here for a little bit. Kiosco is like a 7-Eleven. Get yourself some beers there. So here's another statue. And there's one on that rock out there. See it? And a little playground. This is as close as I can get to it. It's a lady holding a starfish in the air. It is a restaurant, but it's got a metal door across it. That's pretty picturesque, right? That big cruise ship in there. Water's pretty clear. If you want to go down to the water, there's several sets of stairs along the way. And of course, no railing. So you may go down to the water even if you don't want to. It's a nice wide Malecón and fairly smooth paving. And this guy's selling clams and oysters.
Hi, welcome.
Hi! With Valentina sauce. Oh, almost went in a hole. So there's a lot of statues along here. Got a lot of boats out in the water. Including that. Oh! That flat part ends right there. Because this is a driveway and it's rocks. And then the flat part begins again. But it does have ramps there, although not there. Oh, right here. But that means going across the rocks. And then it continues on. It's the Marines coming in. And the town here looks a lot like that. Oh, another person trying to come in. Tuk-tuks. Palomas. Here's a shopping center, sort of. There's the ship again, still, whatever. Oh, it's shady and almost cool here. And there's holes, so try to avoid them. And then, boy, this thing gets wide. And then there's another part down there that's winding. And plumerias. We are reaching the end of this part. There's a channel right there, you know, because it's a busy port, one of the busiest in Mexico. The main part of town and the beach area, we'll call it, are over there, and you need to take a cab or a bus or whatever, a tour over to it. We aren't going to go over there. Been walking along this wider part. Of course, we were walking down on the yellow brick road. And I came up here to show you they have some exercise equipment and a playground. And they have painted the little, you know, gobstoppers. I'm not sure what you call them, but that's what they make the breakwaters out of down here. These triangular pieces of concrete. We'll see more of them in a minute. But this equipment looks brand new. And that looks almost new. Of course, there's the ship. We haven't lost sight of it. And this is like a freeway. I'm guessing over the channel onto the other side of Manzanillo. See? Paseo San Pedrito. I'm not sure what that means. Tetraentes. The important thing is, my watch says we've walked 1 mile to here. 1 mile. Of course, I started it when I was on the ship, so this isn't quite a mile off the ship. And it's all the way down the dock. There's a big playground. And more of those. Of course, there's the ship. We've been walking down that and that. And we're gonna come to a beach. A nice little beach. And then that's the breakwater. That's the channel. Right there. Well, I think we're reaching the end of this part of the Malecón. Oh. The beach is right over here, I think. Of course, we've never been to Manzanillo. This is our first time here. Another basketball court. looks like more shopping in there. But I see the sand now. Well, let's at least walk out there. Looks like the fishing boats are all in for the day. So I'm guessing they would clean the fish on these tables that they brought in. Notice the scales. And there's a Coke bottle. There's swings, sorta. Looks like a soccer pitch, but it's very, very short. Not regulation size. And then you see where that boat's going in? Well, that's the breakwater with a little lighthouse, a faro, on this side. So this is all the further we can get walking. Well, that's all the further we can get walking. I do see people in the water. I mean, the water looks fairly clear, fairly clean by California standards. But like I say, there's over there where it's the hotels and the beach and the restaurants and shopping downtown. More exercise equipment. Well, we've walked almost to the breakwater. Of course, there's the ship still. You hear that sound? I guess they do use those train tracks, because that's the sound of a train over there. I hear that train a-coming, but I don't see it. But here's the Malecón still, sidewalk. Shower if you need it. So if this was restrooms, you're not going to use them today. But you could use the exercise equipment for the shower. Hey, there's another boat coming out of the channel. So somebody has decorated this log and put a foosball table there. Marisco El Faro. So seafood of the lighthouse. The beach is right on the other side of that building, and we've reached the breakwater, and we are rewarded with another giant letters Manzanillo sign without the O, so it's just Manzanillo. So I don't know if you want to take your picture with that. Giant Mexican flag and a road. And there's El Faro, the lighthouse. And there's the other side. These are the cats of Manzanillo, El Gatos de Manzanillo. Sleep all day, party all night. It's the life of a cat. Of course, that's the beach we just walked down. Some shorebirds down there. Look like cormorants. So that was our day in Manzanillo. We're gonna rotate around here a little bit. See the ship back there? See the beach. So from Manzanillo, Mexico,
I'm Janet,
and I'm Garrett.
and we'll see you in the next port.
And as Janet and I leave the lighthouse with the ship in the background, a crew of workmen are going to repair the O. I wonder if they're going to work on these too. Who would do that?